were trenches?
10, 12 feet.
Deep?
Yeah.
And you
Because
don't...
you had a head core.
Yes.
And then there was the steps for getting up and going over the top.
Yes. And tell me about going over the top. I'm told that the men shouted when they were going over the top.
You shouted because I'm going to tell you something, Gary. I never went over the top that I wasn't scared. I was scared stiff. And everyone shouted because more or less we were all scared. And you shouted because it kind of helped you.
Yeah.
See? And you shouted all the way until you got into action.
And they were shooting at you all the time?
Oh, yeah. The shells were bursting, the bullets were flying. You hear the whine of the bullets and the burst of the shell and all that kind of thing.
And how bad was it? Tell me about the wet and the smell.
Okay, I am an old contemporary, as you know. I'm the only one in Ireland. The 1940, let me say this much, Gay. I think myself, it's my opinion, that the British Army that went overseas in August 1914 was up to then the finest army the world has ever seen. Surely we proved it in 1914, and the winter of 1914-15. Huh? We went on living actually in the sense of the word. It was just punishment. Can you imagine yourself standing out there in all kind of weather, hail, rain, frost and snow? Any bit of food you got, you need to go. Mind you, that's another thing. If you had a bit of food you were saving for a rainy day, the only safe place for it was in your stomach. There's the rats that find it no matter where you put it. Oh, the lice eating the flesh off the live ones and the rats scourging themselves on the bodies of the dead. It was a lovely, real happy time, wasn't it?
And how far away would the bodies of the dead be from?
They'd be all around you. You see, as the lads got killed, you couldn't bury them right away because if you tried to try and bury them right away, that was an easy target for the jellies and you'd finish up one of them. So you had to wait until the proper time when you had the real chance of saving your life to bury them.
And meanwhile they lay there?
They lay there for weeks sometime. Don't know, it could be a friend of yours, it could be a relative of yours, the rat scourging. And you standing there looking at them through loopholes, standing on the fire step.
And
I tell you, it was just sheer punishment. There's a lot of people don't know, but we went hungry in the early days, the early days of trench warfare. Yeah. Now, of course, from Mons on to the Somme, on to the Yane, it was all open warfare. See?
But you went hungry in the trenches?
We went hungry. Now, it wasn't through any fault of our supply columns. I'll tell you how it happened. If, in the evening time, the shelling wasn't too heavy, we could hear the transport behind the German lines. You know, moving around and coming up with the supplies for the trenches and the rations for the lads, see? And of course they could hear ours. Well, it seemed to be that it was a signal for the artillery on both sides to open up and blow them off the roads. Too damned often they were successful, with the result that 9 or 10 o'clock at night, the word had come along, sorry lads, no rations tonight, transport couldn't get through. Well, now I think that actually died away by mutual consent. Because if the lads in the trenches couldn't get food and they couldn't get the munitions and supplies they wanted, what was going to happen? And it gradually died out. And after that, supplies were pretty regular.
So you didn't shell their supply trains and they didn't shell yours?
No, it died out. Because what were you going to do with the men in the trenches if they couldn't get food or couldn't get the equipment?
Yes. And did the rats attack you in the trenches where you were?
That was one thing, you come to mention that we had to be very careful of. Not to leave any wounded out. Get the wounded in, get them in somewhere where they could be, because the rats would be known to attack helpless wounded. They could be alive, but the rats would attack them. As a matter of fact, there was one night we were out of the line at the time, and we were in an old loft. And a young lad I knew very well, he was lying alongside me this night, sleeping. He woke up and he was shouting, he'd been bit. Well, we lit a bit of candle, right enough, a rat had taken a piece out of his cheek. So we put a first field dress on, the normal time we seen the doctor. Now it just shows you how poisonous they were. In 2 days' time, that young lad was dead, and his head and neck and that had swelled up and gone black. So it just shows you the poison in the rat